Welcome back to What Was That? I'm Gabe Sanchez. Today, we're diving into the catfight between former Speaker Kevin McCarthy and his nemesis, Representative Matt Gaetz, and this time, it would seem that Kevin McCarthy is not holding back.
You made a lot of concessions in the negotiations.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Okay, is that
Let's get to the bottom of that.
Right?
That is such a misnomer in life. Let me give you the truth about that now. And I'll give you the truth why I'm not Speaker. It's because one person, a member of Congress, wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old.
I'm sorry, what?
A member of Congress wanted me to stop an ethics complaint because he slept with a 17-year-old. An ethics complaint that started before I ever became Speaker, and that's illegal, and I'm not going to get in the middle. Did he do it or not? I don't know. But an ethics is looking at it. There's other people in jail because of it. And he wanted me to influence it. And you know what? So then they come out and they say, because I kept government open. I'd do it all over again. We're not going to pay our troops? No, I'm going to pay my troops. You can't do the job? Okay. When it comes to the concession, the motion to vacate about one person being able to make that motion, how long has that been in the rules? Forever. The only time it was changed is when Pelosi became Speaker the second time. And she put the power with the minority leader. I think it's wrong. I think you elect, let them govern. Now, it takes 218 to have the rule package. There's nothing I can do there. But I had 5 people who never voted for me anyways in the process. I had 8 at the end that did the other. But everybody had to live by it. I lived by it. I think today, if you went back to the people that vote, did they think that was a smart vote? I don't think so. I had the choice of having that vote of motion to vacate where you just put the cards in and walk away. No, I made everybody stand up. Because I think historically, it'll be viewed as a very bad thing that happened to our Congress.
Now, if you remember, the feud between McCarthy and Gaetz goes all the way back when House Republicans spent 15 rounds of voting for a new speaker. This was also the moment when Mike Rogers almost lost his snap-on Lego hairpiece while trying to fight Matt Gaetz over not voting for Kevin McCarthy. There's nothing quite like watching a fight in a Waffle House of representatives. Now, the claim that Kevin McCarthy made during his talk at Georgetown lines up with the GOP-led ethics committee reviving its investigation into Matt Gaetz.
Breaking news, sources say that the House Ethics Committee investigating Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida has now reached out to the U.S. Justice Department and to a woman with whom the congressman allegedly had sexual relations when she was 17 years old. Elections that Congressman Gaetz denies. We should note, Congressman Gaetz has never been charged with any wrongdoing here. CNN's Paula Reed has this exclusive reporting. Paula, what have we learned?
So, Jake, we've learned that the House Ethics Committee investigating Congressman Gaetz has done a new round of outreach to potential witnesses, including a woman who was still 17 years old when she allegedly had sexual contact with Congressman Gaetz. We've learned they have also reached out to the Justice Department, asking for materials from its years-long investigation into the congressman, where they examined these allegations of possible sexual contact with a minor, along with other crimes. But as you noted, they did not ultimately opt to charge the congressman. Now, in response to our new reporting tonight, Jake, the congressman says, quote, "Those allegations were not true, have never been true, and the people who spread those lies have been exposed, indicted, and imprisoned."
Now, I just want to point out that back in 2021, when news of the DOJ's investigation into Gaetz was announced, his future sister-in-law had some things to say. Look, if your sister-in-law is calling you a creep on TikTok, that is not a great sign. But hey, no one ever said that Gaetz' wife Ginger Lucky was a good judge of character. And as the saying goes, if there's smoke, there's fire, and Matt Gaetz is certainly feeling the heat. So if we fast forward to the present, in response to McCarthy calling out Gaetz for sleeping with a 17-year-old girl, Gaetz tweeted this: "Kevin McCarthy is a liar. That's why he is no longer Speaker. Just ask the 224 people who voted to remove him." As much as Matt Gaetz wants to place the blame on 224 House Republicans, it was Matt Gaetz who put McCarthy's ousting in motion.
I do intend to file a motion to vacate against Speaker McCarthy this week. I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. I think we need to move on with new leadership that can be trustworthy.
Now, in public, Gaetz wants people to think that his motivation to oust McCarthy was rooted in policy disagreements and not a personal vendetta related to the ethics investigation. According to private correspondence reviewed by the Daily Beast, Gaetz indicated to a friend that his effort to undercut, isolate, and ultimately remove McCarthy was indeed payback for the ethics probe. In the communications, Gaetz Gaetz singled out McCarthy individually for reviving an ethics committee probe against him, and he indicated that his animus towards McCarthy was over that investigation. The beleaguered Florida congressman's anger over the revived probe was so strong that he rode his resentment all the way to a history-making vote to remove McCarthy, steamrolling the majority of his GOP colleagues concerned that his vanity project would cause serious long-term damage, and he did so with his signature Gaetz grin. Other Republican congressional sources told the Daily Beast that Gaetz also acknowledged his revenge motive behind closed doors. Now, normally I would love to enjoy this type of drama with the bowl of popcorn, but unfortunately I'm out, so I'm just gonna have to make do with the bowl of cereal. And what better choice than with today's sponsor, Magic Spoon. My New Year's resolution is to cut back on sugar and stay on track with my fitness goals, and Magic Spoon makes that easier and more delicious than ever. The Magic Spoon variety pack comes in 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter. Their variety pack has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. Only 140 calories a serving, and it's high protein, has 0 grams of sugar, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, and soy-free. I'm a huge fan of the peanut butter flavor, but I'm an even bigger fan of mixing the peanut butter and cocoa together. It's a simple and high-quality meal to start the day. Magic Spoon has the great taste you love with more protein and less sugar. Go to magicspoon.com/Gabe to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code Gabe at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money. No questions asked. Remember, start the new year off right with a delicious bowl of high-protein cereal at magicspoon.com/Gabe and use the code Gabe to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. After Gaetz put the wheels in motion to oust Kevin McCarthy, some Republicans like Senator Mark Wayne Mullen were not happy.
This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night. This is obviously before he got married. And so when that accusation came out, no one defended him, and then no one on the media would give him a time of the day. All of a sudden he found fame because he opposed the Speaker of the House back in November. And he's always stayed there, and he was never going to leave until he got this last moment of fame by going after a motion to vacate.
First off, what the actual And second off, Mullen just admitted to knowing about Gaetz' sexual escapades and didn't say anything for years. This is just another example of the GOP being perfectly okay with this type of behavior until it goes against their own self-interests. Just like how Representative Nancy Mace was asked about Gaetz' ethics investigation on Face the Nation.
McCarthy said his ouster is personal payback from Gaetz for the House Ethics Committee investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct on that Gaetz is accused of carrying out. Does that bother you?
Well, again, he's not indicted for anything. I don't know much about it, and I have had...
Nancy Mace saying that she doesn't know about the allegations or the investigation into Matt Gaetz is a complete lie. I know that for a fact because in early 2023, Mace joked about Gaetz' sexual preference for underage girls.
Did you watch McCarthy during the Speaker's vote? I know many of you were in the halls of Congress during that vote. I haven't seen someone assume that many positions to appease the crazy Republicans since Stormy Daniels. But let's be honest, we all knew that Matt Gaetz would never let the vote get to 18. I do have a message from Matt this evening. He really, really wanted to be here tonight, but he couldn't find a babysitter. To be his date, I mean, come on.
So when I see Republicans say they don't know anything about Matt Gaetz or they try to play dumb, I say
bullshit.
The same goes for Nancy Mace and every other Republican who supported Jim Jordan as House Speaker and denied knowing anything about his past of covering up sexual abuse on the Ohio State wrestling team. Which is especially repulsive when you remember that Mace has said that she is a victim of rape. The GOP's sickening behavior is not at all surprising when you remember that their cult leader Donald Trump bragged about grabbing women by the pussy, was found guilty of raping E. Jean Carroll, and was accused of rape by his ex-wife Ivana. And that's not even everything. Oh, and I almost forgot. When Republicans Republicans tried to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas during their fake outrage about the southern border, Matt Gaetz expressed regret about ousting Kevin McCarthy.
We don't get to execute on an impeachment trial of Mayorkas because they threw George Santos out. I also wondered, like, wouldn't it have been nice to still have Kevin McCarthy in the House of Representatives? Never thought you'd hear me say that.
But before I go, I think for all the hard work that Matt Gaetz has done, he deserves an award.
Matt Gaetz, we have an award for you. My name is Michael. I'm with the Strongsville GOP. The 2023 Strongsville GOP Award. Thank you all so much. Congratulations for your dedication to using Venmo to allegedly paying underage girls to have sex with you. You're so full of it.
Well, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to follow me at I am Gabe Sanchez. And if you'd like to support the show and get early access to episodes, you can contribute to my Patreon at patreon.com/IamGabeSanchez. Your contribution helps grow this show and supports independent journalism. So until next episode, I'm Gabe Sanchez, and this has been What Was That?